Isn't it interesting how something that seems like an explanation can actually install a new operating system? So no need to focus, no need to try. Just let this wash through you like something you've heard before, and feel it settle where it already belongs. This is what happens when you remember what you already know. You ever notice how you already reframe situations all the time? Like when something doesn't go your way, and somehow you still say, well, at least I learned something. Or when someone's frustrated and you say, I get it, anyone would feel that way. And suddenly they soften, as if your words slipped right under their resistance. That's not behavioural technique. That's identity in action. Because people like you don't apply influence, you live it, you breathe it. You embed it in tone, in timing, in presence. Let's be clear. I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm just explaining what typically happens when people start seeing things from this angle. Like when someone recognises the strongest frame wins. They often stop trying to argue and start radiating quiet certainty instead. When a person accepts that rapport is created, not found, they start to shape interactions like sculptors, not spectators. These aren't rules, they're just patterns that appear when people remember their power. Just like what's happening now. Let's break it down as if we're only describing what is going to happen, because describing something future tense has a funny way of installing it now. So here's what might unfold. You'll begin noticing moments when you're already leading with subtlety, where your questions shape emotion, where your pauses carry more weight than words. You'll catch yourself reframing discomfort as growth, not because you're using a technique, because it feels more true than fear. You'll find yourself speaking in assumptions, not permissions, like, once this becomes second nature, instead of if this works. And this all might seem like a new behaviour. It's just all wisdom resurfacing, because you've been doing this for years. Let's talk about why it works. Just as a point of curiosity, of course. It works because the mind resists direct commands, but it absorbs assumptions like breath. When something is presented as it's just the way it is, the conscious mind relaxes and the unconscious goes to work. You've seen this when you say, most people start feeling better around this point, and the person in front of you starts feeling better. Not because you told them to, because you pre-framed the experience. You didn't push, you set context. Once context is set, perception follows. Now this isn't about what you should do. This is about what you've always done. When you listened with silence that made people open up. When you made someone laugh to shift their state. When you casually said, you're probably already noticing that change. And they said, yeah, weirdly, I am. This is how you've been influencing the world without needing a script. And now, we're just giving it a name, a frame, an identity. So here's the final illusion. This was never about learning. It was about becoming aware of what was already there. This was never about installing. It was about activating. And all this time, you were never being told what to believe. You were being reminded of what your subconscious has already decided long ago. I'm the kind of person who reframes reality. I lead through presence, not pressure. My identity shapes experience. This is who I am. And that's why this works. Because it was you all along.